246. The other one is right here. I don't want you to round it to the nearest hundredth. We're going to leave it as square roots, okay? So what you're going to do is x squared minus 10x equals to the 40. We need to find n, this number here. To do that, you need to take that negative 10, divide that, times that by a half, which is the same thing as divide by 2, get negative 5. Take that number, so that's a negative 5 squared, square it, that which is 25, right? Add it to both sides. So if you've forgotten the reason why, if we square this, we get x squared, I'm doing this one right here, minus 10x, add the 25. And if we factor it, it's x minus 5, because these are perfect squares, right? And x plus 5 to get, x minus 5. It's not 0 in the middle. It's a negative, so it's a minus 5. So because we have, this answer would be x minus 5 squared equals to 65. Take the square root of that, take the square root. When you take the square root, you need to do plus or minus square root. So x minus 5 equal to plus or minus square root of 65. Yeah. Then you add 5 to both sides, right? Then x equals to a positive square root of 65 plus 5, or a negative square root of 65 plus 5. Both answer. Now to shorten it, they just do plus or minus square root of 65 plus 5, or a better way to write it is, most people write it this way. Look, they write the number first, plus or minus square root of 65. That's the proper way of writing it. Okay. So you got g squared minus 2g equals to 323. You take the negative 2 times that by a half, you get negative 1. And then you square that, you get a positive 1. So you add 1 to both sides, right? So you factor that out, you would get g minus 1 and g minus 1. So it's squared equals to 324. Take the square root of that. Let's see if use your calculator to see if the square root of 324 is a perfect square. Okay. It is. It's 18. Oh, I forgot the plus or minus. And the square root of g minus squared is that. And you add 1. So your answer is g equals to 18 plus 1, or negative 18 plus 1. So g is equal to 19 or negative 17. Okay, and then this one here. Now, if it is like this, you need to move the constant to the other side. So by making this equal to 0 here, by adding 5, right? So we get that. Now you need to take 3 divided by 2, or 3 times 1/2, whichever way you look at it, is 3 over 2. Take that and square it, and you get 9 over 4, because it's 3 over 2 times 3 over 2. Okay, and then you get, make that 4, so make that 5 with the denominator 4. It's 20 over 4 plus 9 over 4. We get 29 over 4. That is that answer. This, if we factor it out, we get w plus 3 over 2 squared. Take the square root of that to find w. So w plus 3 over 2, oh, I forgot again, the plus and minus, equals to plus or minus square root of 29, and the square root of 4 is 2 at the bottom. Okay, and then you would subtract 3 over 2 to both sides. You get w equals 2 negative 3 over 2 plus or minus square root of 29 over 2. Or you'll see, you know, different ways of writing this, but you don't need to write this twice. You just need to do over 2 like that. Okay, you do this the same way. You take 9 times a half, which is 9 over 2. So 9 over 2 squared. Squared is 9 over 2 times 9 over 2 is 81 over 4. Oh man, you need to times this by 4. Okay, I need a calculator for that one. You get 2728 over 4 plus 81 over 4. All right, and then you get a plus 9 over 2 squared. Take the square root of that, right? And if you add this, take the square root of that, plus 81, you get 2809 over 4. Take the square root of that. You would get a plus 9 over 2. I'm writing too big, equals 2. Let's see the square root of 2809. Is if it's perfect square. Oh, yep, it is. It's 53. Oh, plus or minus 53 over the square root of 289, square root of 09. I'm sorry, square root of 4 is 2. So you would subtract 9 over 2 to both sides. So your answer, there's two answers, right? Either 53 over 2 minus 9 over 2, or negative 53 over 2 minus 9 over 2. So 53 minus 9 is 44 over 2, which is 11, or that is 62 negative over 2, or 31, negative 31. That's our answer. Wow. And that's how you do that. And that, oh, the other ones here, I'm going to do these ones. When you have a leading coefficient that's not 1, you have to divide all of it out first. Okay, that's how I got this. Divide it by 4 and then move it over. And then 8 times a half is 4, plus 4 squared, which is 16. That makes it 25. Oh, so y plus 4 squared, find the square root of that. Okay, y plus 4, oh, that's a plus or minus on the other side. See how often I get that plus and minus? Go plus or minus 5. So your answer is y equals 5 minus 4, or negative 5 minus 4. So the answer here is y is 1, or negative 9. Okay, this one doesn't have no leading coefficient. I'll let you leave that one to you. Or 4, half of 4 is 2, right? And square it, so we're adding 4 to both sides. So b plus 2 squared equals to negative 3, positive 3. Okay, take the square root of that, and b plus, oh, make sure plus or minus again, b plus 2 equals to plus or minus square root of 3. Nothing you can do, but you minus 2 minus 2. So our answer is b equals, you need to start writing the constant first, negative 2 plus or minus square root of 3. That's your answer there. Okay, that's how you do these. So make sure if the leading coefficient is not 1, you do all the work for it. You divide all of it by the leading coefficient, and you get this answer right there. And then you move this 14, make it 0. And that. And then this one you don't need to because the leading coefficient 1. Just make sure you divide 9 by 2 at 9 over 2, which is 81 over 4. X plus 9 over 2 squared equals 2. And what 20 by 4 is negative 80 over 4 plus 81 over 4. And finish the rest, okay? It's easy enough after you see a pattern. Then you make up your quadratic equation. You can make up little numbers like, a plus 4a minus 6. And then solve it, whatever you want, using completing the squares. Okay? Or you can start out a squared plus 10a equals to 20. Then do complete the square. And these are the rest of your answers. And that's it. Hope that helps. Check your work.